yourself and toward other people in the industry, it becomes okay and easy to call yourselves NIGGAs and BITCHs like it's your first name in the industry. Not in the culture, in the industry. In the industry, you begin to realize if you really are a part of an honors program, if you really are a scholar, and everyone in this room is a genius. Y'all believe that, right? Everyone in this room is a genius. Y'all believe that, right? Everyone in this room is brilliant. I don't care if you're in an honors program or not. Everyone in this room is brilliant. Y'all out there? And so if you're brilliant, then you know that there's a history of this kind of imagery called a minstrel show, where we were depicted as over-sexualized, immoral, dangerous, violent. Back starting in the 1820s and 1830s, y'all know the images. Some of y'all saw Spike Lee's movie Bamboozled, where some of our demented, racist white brothers, not all white brothers or sisters, but the demented, racist ones, thought it would be funny and entertaining to paint their faces black, to poke fun at the sizes of our lips and our noses and our hair textures and our body types, and get on a stage and act in ways that made us look animalistic, buffoonish, and coonish. And a lot of people don't realize this. The minstrel show was actually the number one entertainment in America for 100 years. Why are you bringing this up, Captain Powell? What does this have to do with Barack Obama or the new leadership? Well, something Malcolm X said that's very important. History is a people's memory. And without it, man, because we're progressive, man and woman are demoted to the lower animals. So if you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat it. Am I right? Or if you've read Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man, bringing it to the great literature of our cultural traditions, he talked about history being a boomerang. It always comes back around and it'll hit you in the head if you're not paying attention. Am I right? And so the minstrel show was happening. You're being depicted as dangerous, violent, and more over-sexualized. You fast forward to the 1890s to the last century. There was no BlackBerry, there was no iPhone, there was no Facebook, no Twitter, YouTube. What we had there was no TV or radio. It was newspapers. And inside those newspapers were cartoons that oftentimes depicted us as over-sexualized, immoral, dangerous, and violent. See the pattern? Y'all up with me for a second? Then you fast forward about 15 years, there was a movie that's considered an American classic, Birth of a Nation, that came out in 1915. D.W. Griffith is considered one of the geniuses of filmmaking. Any filmmakers out there? It's all right. We're all filmmakers. You got a BlackBerry, iPhone, and you videotape people, you a filmmaker. That movie depicted our people as violent, over-sexualized, dangerous, and immoral. And then, of course, we talk about Amos and Andy. We talk about some of the images that came under the blaxploitation era in the 1970s. You know, reading Nathan Paul's book makes me want to holler. He talks about the fact that he saw movies like The Mac and Souffla, which I love and I have in my collection. Yes, I do. Along with Car Wash and Cooley High, etc. But when you think about it, the kind of film that was dominant during the blaxploitation era, look at the name, blaxploitation. You all were depicted as thugs and gangsters and pimps and hustlers, and the women as prostitutes and strippers and etc. Does it sound familiar here? And then we come up to my beloved hip-hop. Here's what's been happening with hip-hop since Barack Obama got elected president. This is after Barack got elected. Everyone was like, Barack Obama's president, Barack Obama's president. Hip-hop's gonna change. They gotta change now. Well, BET Awards 2009. Supposed to be a Michael Jackson tribute. I was looking hard for a Michael Jackson tribute. I said, sooner or later they want to do a tribute to Michael got to remember again, I said I was at Bob Magazine back then, so I remember Tupac getting practically all those tattoos, just adding tattoos. The Pac never did his face. He didn't take it to the face. Lil Wayne did his face, right? But forget that. All those underage girls on the stage. That's just after The Rock became president. But it ain't just people like Lil Wayne. It's my man Kanye. Who I love Kanye West. I love everybody. Can y'all tell I love everybody yet? I love everyone. But I'm watching the Video Music Awards, MTV, because it ain't just BET, it's MTV too. And I'm watching Kanye on the red carpet, and he's swinging. I'm like, wow, Kanye West is swinging in public on the carpet. Drinking liquor, for those who know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, I'm from New York. I'm from New York, so you know some of the New York youth will come back party. And then, what's her name, Taylor Swift? You know, I'm thinking like it's a stunt. And she's accepting her award. And Kanye gets up on stage. And this is after Barack won, am I right? Keep it going. Right? This is after Barack won the election. And Kanye cuts in. And I'm thinking, nah, this can't be real. So everyone's on Facebook and Twitter. Did y'all Facebook and Twitter that what we did? Like, did you see what Kanye just did? I mean, we blew up Twitter and Facebook. You didn't think Kanye was the president of the United States. But it was legitimate. And he was drunk. And Barack was president. So, we're laughing. But one reason why I agree with Danny Glover, when he said, and y'all all should know Danny Glover is one of our great actors out of our community. And Danny is such a brilliant actor and entrepreneur in the sense that he makes movies that are blockbusters, as he's done through the years, like the Lethal Weapon series, but he flips that money that he's made into making movies that say something to our community. Supporting independent black filmmakers like Charles Burnett. Making sure that movies about people like Toussaint Louverture out of Haiti, the great revolutionary, gets made. That's Danny Glover. He said that the Obama campaign was not a movement. Stop saying that. It was a series of events that happened all over the country that were coordinated and connected. Because